Hello and welcome to Mlc TV News Hour, reaching you from the Confluence City of Lokoja, Kogi State. I am Fatima Yakub. The headlines: Buhari names board management of NNPC Limited. I will not disclose my preferred successor's identity, says President Muhammadu Buhari, and ANDSANWO-OLU BUHARI Omo-Agege others leads government delegation to AFCON 2021. Now, the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has explained why he believes that state police was not a good option for curbing insecurity in Nigeria. Recall that on May 12th, governors under the platform of Southern Nigeria Governors Forum demanded the creation of state police review of revenue formula in favor of subnational and true federalism. Nigeria's current policing system is controlled by the federal government. President Buhari said there was a greater propensity for governors to abuse their powers with the creation of state police. He said state police is not an option, commenting on the security situation in the country. The president said traditional rulers must play a huge role in bringing peace to communities.
You see, the role of traditional rulers must not be undermined, because in their areas, as I said, they know who is who, even by families, not even talk of individuals. So we have to revert to that system for us to have an effective security in the localities.
He also advocated for more dialogue in solving the farmer-herder clashes recorded across the country. President Muhammadu Buhari has named the board and management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in tandem with the power conferred on him under Section 59, subsection 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. Recall that President Buhari had last September written the Senate on the administrative structure amendments to the Petroleum Industry Act, which included appointment of non-executive board members, removal of the ministries of Petroleum and Finance from the board of the two new institutions, and appointment of executive directors. Presidential media advisor Femi Adesina said in a statement indicated that Margaret Chuba Okadibu Southeast is chairman of the board, while Mele Kolo Kiari is chief executive officer, Umar I. Ajia, chief financial officer. Other board members are Dr. Tajuddin Umar, Northeast, Lami O. Ahmed, North Central, Mohammed Lawal, Northwest, Engineer Henry Obi, Southeast, Barrister Constance Harry Marshall, South-South, and Pius Akinyelure, Southwest. Appointment takes effect from the date the incorporation of the NNPC Limited. Also appointed are executive commissioners of Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. They are Dr. Nuhu Habib Kanu, Executive Commissioner, Development and Production, Dr. Kalechi Onyekachi Ofuebu Imo, Executive Commissioner, Economic Regulations and Strategic Planning, Tonglaha Roland John, Delta, Executive Commissioner, Health Safety, Environment and Community, and Jide Adeola Kogi, Executive Commissioner, Corporate Services and Administration. President Buhari has ruled out the possibility of releasing the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as it doesn't interfere with judicial processes. The president said this during an interview with Channels Television, adding that the IPOB leader should go to court and defend himself.
There is one institution that I wouldn't dare interfere with, that is judiciary. Kanu's case is with the judiciary. But what I wonder is, when Kanu was safely in Europe, abusing this administration and mentioning too many things, I never thought really he want to voluntarily come and defend himself on the accusation he has. So we are giving him an opportunity to defend himself in our system, not to be abusing us from Europe, you know, as if he was not a Nigerian.
President Buhari said, depending on Kanu's conduct, there might be a political solution to his trial. Like many of the major political office holders in the country completing their term, it is believed that the president also has a candidate whom he prefers to succeed him. However, President Muhammadu Buhari is not willing to reveal identity of his anointed candidate for the safety of such a person. While responding to a question about who he preferred candidate during an exclusive interview with Channels Television, he said it is a secret.
No, I wouldn't, because he may be eliminated if I mention it. I better keep it secret.
President Buhari said his readiness to sign an Electoral Act amendment bill if the National Assembly would include the options of consensus candidate and indirect primary to the mode of selecting a candidate for an election, as against the initial direct mode as the only option to conduct primaries by political parties.
Personally, I don't support direct primaries because I want people to be given a choice. You can't give them one option and you think that you are being democratic. Let them have the three options.
He said security of lives and property is not negotiable and his administration will make sure it remains top priority. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, declared that the country's independent revenue crossed the 1 trillion Naira mark in 2021. She made known during the public presentation of 2022 Appropriation Act independent revenues are generated by the federal government from agencies captured under the Fiscal Responsibility Act. They include the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, the Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, among others. It was learned that these agencies remitted 80% of their operating surplus to the Consolidated Revenue Fund account. Last year, government-owned enterprises reportedly returned 1.2 trillion naira to the account, while other revenues in the same year amounted to 2.80 trillion naira. Ahmed therefore noted that the revenue sector performed better than expected. She added that the government is targeting 10.7 trillion naira in 2022, inclusive of revenue from government-owned enterprises. The Federal Capital Territory Minister of State, Ramatu Aliyu, has ordered a comprehensive cleaning of all satellite towns across 6 councils of the territory. Aliyu gave the order in a statement issued by the coordinator, Satellite Towns Development Department, STDD, Obinna Ogwebu, in Abuja. The minister explained that the directive is part of effort to rid satellite towns of environmental nuisance characterized by poor sanitation. She said that the order is with immediate effect under the direct supervision of coordinator of STDD to ensure the restoration of the environment for the safety of the residents. She noted that the situation of waste generation in the FCT has an exponential trend because of the influx of Nigerians into the territory. The minister decried the people's attitude, lifestyle, and behaviors towards their environment. The coordinator assured residents of the FCT that the FCT administration remains committed to ensuring a safer and hygienic FCT for all residents. He said that the exercise will be an ongoing one and appealed to residents, particularly those living in the suburbs, to desist from dumping refuse in drainages and by the roadsides. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has lauded Governor of Yobe State, Maimala Boni, over his effort at revitalizing the education sector in the state. Lawan spoke in Abuja while serving in audience member of Yobe State Education Appeal Fund Organizing Committee, led by former head of service of the Federation, Omo-Agege. His special advisor on media, Olawoni, in a statement quoted Lawan to have told his guests that since Governor Boni took office in 2019, the trajectory of educational development has improved tremendously, and this is something that we have to sustain and do even better. According to him, the immediate past administration of Governor Ibrahim Gaidam tried its best in terms of development of not only infrastructure but education in the state. Earlier, the leader of delegation, Omo-Agege, said the mission of his team was to update the Senate President on the preparation towards the launching of the Yobe State Education Development Appeal Fund. Omo-Agege said the situation of education in the state, even before the insurgency, wasn't that good enough. He said it was in response to his development that Governor Buni declared the state of emergency in the education sector and set up various committees with a view to revitalize the sector. Senate panel on public accounts have uncovered how Bureau of Public Enterprises failed to remit $679.4 million realized from the concession of various ports granted to 23 companies under Nigeria Port Authority for 10 years. The committee, chaired by Matthew Omo-Agege, hinged the investigation on Auditor General's report, which had been transferred to the committee for consideration. According to the query by AUGF, 23 companies were granted concessional rent at various ports under Nigerian port authorities for 10 years and above, associated yearly rent of $679.4 million, payable to NPA as at 31st of December. But there was no evidence to show that $679 million was collected as at when due and remitted to Consolidated Revenue Fund. However, Bureau of Public Enterprise, in its written response to the Senate's committee, explained that the concession transactions were done in 2005 and the concession agreement executed clearly showed the BPE was only a confirming party, while the primary parties to the concessions are the Nigerian Port Authority. BPE explained that the responsibility for such collection is that of NPA and not that of our agency. BPE added, having midwife the concession transactions, the BPE collected some of the remittance to the NPA. Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has assured workers in the state of his administration's resolve to prioritize their welfare despite the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to the harsh economic realities in the country. Akeredolu, who charged the workers to remain loyal, steadfast, and hardworking, said they should improve their attitude to work and be more dedicated to their assignment in the new year. He stated this at the yearly General Prayer meeting with civil servants on the first working day of 2022 at the government's office in Akure. The governor stressed that his administration will continue to reward diligence, integrity, trustworthiness, and dedication to service, noting that he would not fail to take audacious decisions when the need arises. Meanwhile, workers in the state commended the governor for his commitment to their welfare and the development of the state, describing him as a sincere leader. Chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) in the state, Sunday Adeleye, who spoke on behalf of the workers, said, "You have said it all. You promised to clear all salary arrears before you leave office, and I trust you. When you come on board, you cleared 6 months of inherited obligations, and I don't see why you will leave with unpaid salaries." It is an ecstatic moment for the education student in public tertiary institutions across the country as the Teachers Registration Council (TRCN) has commenced sorting out modalities for the payment of monthly stipends to the students. According to TRCN, the details of the 75,000 Naira semester allowance promised by President Muhammadu Buhari to students of education in federal universities and federal colleges of education will be out by January 2022. The council assured that letters had already been written and the Ministry of Education was working with the Tertiary Education Trust Fund in that regard. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari have during the 2021 World Teachers' Day announced his administration's plan to make the teaching profession lucrative and ensure that teachers were adequately trained. He also announced that education students in public institutions would have access to semester stipends of 50,000 naira for those in College of Education, 75,000 naira for those in universities. The Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AFCON, says it is ready to reveal the names of 7,912 bad debtors owing it 4.4 trillion naira. It said the decision was in line with directive of the National Assembly, which had earlier given the debtors a 30-day deadline to pay up. The corporation said it had no choice because the debtors have failed to regularize their status within the 30 days deadline given to them by the National Assembly. The deadline expires on January 5th. The corporation said the names of the debtors will be published in some national dailies. Spokesperson of the corporation, Jude Nwazo, said AFCON has taken the decision to publish already. According to him, out of a total of 12,747 non-performing loans inherited by the agency, 4,831 debtors have settled their indebtedness, leaving a total of 7,912 outstanding individual and corporate debt. 10 out of 11 members of the Olubadan In Council have endorsed the nomination of Dr. Lekan Balogun as the next Olubadan of Ibadan land. The council also denied that a legal tussle could scoop out the succession to the Olubadan throne. The Osi Balogun of Ibadan land, High Chief Tajuddin Ajibola, stated this at the briefing by the Kingmakers. According to Ajibola, the Kingmakers resolved that Balogun is next in line to ascend the throne of Olubadan according to tradition. He also debunks insinuations relating to the health and wellness of the new Olubadan elect. The meeting is being attended by members of the Olubadan In Council except former Governor Rashidi Ladoja. Other high chiefs in Balogun Olubadan, Owolabi Olakulehin, Otun Balogun, Olufemi Olaifa, Ashipa Olubadan, Eddie Oyewole and Osi Balogun, Tajuddin Ajibola. The others are Ekarun Olubadan, Amidu Ajibade, Ashila Balogun Olubadan, Latif Badamosi, Ekarun Balogun, Kola Adebola, and Ekerin Olubadan, Abiodun Kola Daise. The new Olubadan elect is expected to address the press at the meeting. You're still watching MLC TV. We'll be back after a short break.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On politics, no less than 100 Christian clerics, mostly bishops, have announced their intention to hold a 3-day prayer and fasting for Governor Yahaya Bello's emergence as president in 2023. According to a statement signed by the convener, Bishop Jonathan Praise in Abuja, the clerics are drawn from each state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. He noted that over 1,000 church leaders are also expected alongside the pastors at the Unity Fountain, Abuja. The venue of the prayers, Bishop Jonathan said the purpose of the gathering is to provide a spiritual shield and support for Governor Bello, who, according to him, is God's anointed choice to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari. Like the biblical account of David, he explained that Governor Bello is a man after God's heart and must be protected by all means to fulfill his purpose. Recalling how Bello rose to become governor, the bishop said it was not mere coincidence but destiny, adding that he would again shock critics at the next poll. Bishop Jonathan therefore called on Governor Bello to formally declare his intention to run for president. He, however, assured the governor of the support of the church in Nigeria as soon as he makes public his intention. National Chairman Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Governor Maimala Boni, reconciled his Gombe State counterpart Mohammed Yahya with the former governor of the state Mohammed Goje. The Director General Press and Media Affairs to Maimala Boni, Maman Mohammed, disclosed this in a statement issued after the reconciliation meeting in Abuja. According to the meeting chaired by Governor Buni, also had in attendance the party's National Reconciliation Committee Chairman Abdullahi Adamu and a member of the committee Kashim Shatima. The Gombe State political gladiators were meeting for the first time after a political clash in the state last year. The caretaker chairman in the statement expressed delight with the resolution of the differences between the two chieftains. The chairman caretaker committee urged supporters of the governor and Goje to help cement the relationship. Thousands of the All Progressives Congress APC party supporters converged in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, to drum their unwavering support for the former state governor Muhammad Omar Jibrila Bindao, come 2023. The thousands of party supporters, which include Bindao's former commissioners, former aides, party loyalists, as well as APC elders, met to discuss the need to bring back Bindao to save the state. Speaking during the meeting, a former commissioner of education during the Bindao's administration, Julius Kadala, said the best candidate for APC in Adamawa for the next gubernatorial election is Umar Jibrila Bindao because he has done so much for the state in his last tenure and the people want him back. Kadala further described rumors of Bindao's defection to the People's Democratic Party as the work of mischief makers and a plan by some elements in the opposition to leverage on Bindao's popularity to gain the people's trust and support. On his part, the former Commissioner of Finance, Mahmoud Sali, said, "It is clear to the good people of Adamawa State that no governor has matched the good work of Bindao in the state," stating that the present PDP government is here to deliver half of what Bindao did in his first year in office. He then urged the thousands of cheering supporters to remain calm and continue to work for the success and progress of the APC in the state, and assured that Bindao will return to continue the good work. As emerging and refracted nations around the globe diversify their economies to enable them meet their needs. In Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello got a pat on the back for his administration's enormous investment in the solid minerals sector. The State Commissioner of Solid Minerals Development, Engineer Bashir Gegu gave a session from the sideline of his New Year message to the people of his constituency, Lokoja, Kogi, and the generality of the citizens of the state, and made available to media organizations in Lokoja, the Kogi state capital, accordingly. He explained that in the furtherance of Governor's pragmatic and sincere approach to generate hundreds of employment opportunities to the army of unemployed, able-bodied youths and women and improve revenue base of the state, Governor Yaya Bello, according to him, has provided resources for the development of 11 minerals deposit sites out of the existing 33 mineral resources existing for exploration this year, 2022. His words, "My ministry is set to actualize the mandate under which it is conceived and established by the Executive Governor of Kogi State. I and the entire staff of the ministry are ready to justify the confidence reposed in us." On the political scene, Engineer Bashir Gegu added that the continuous clarion calls from Nigerians define political differences, religious belief, tribal inclination, and historical backgrounds from the 6 geopolitical regions clamoring for the state governor, Yahya Bello, to contest the presidential election come 2023 is not only well-deserved but a progressive call that should be commended and supported by lovers of democracy in the country. Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, has condemned the attack on President Muhammadu Buhari, the federal government, and the police over Magodo Estate in Lagos. On Tuesday, a chief superintendent of police told Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu that he and other officers could not vacate the estate. "Call your superior in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here. As the chief security officer, you don't have any business being in my state and I want you to disengage right now," Sanwo-Olu said. But the police team leader explained that they were there at the instruction of the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, through the AGF. The federal government has formally declared bandit groups operating in the country as terrorists. In a statement, it read in part, "Notice is hereby given by the order of the Federal High Court, Abuja, in suite number FHC/ABJ/CH/1370/2021, dated 25th November 2021, as per the schedule to this notice. The activities of Yan Bindiga Group, the Yan Tada Group, and other similar groups in Nigeria are declared to be terrorism and illegal in any part of Nigeria, especially in the northwest and north central regions of Nigeria, and are proscribed pursuant to sections 1 and 2 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2011. Federal High Court in Abuja have declared bandits as terrorists following an ex parte motion the federal government filed before it through the Ministry of Justice. The declaration, titled Terrorism Prevention Proscription Other Notice 2021, is contained in Volume 108 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Official Gazette. Kogi State Police Command has arrested 3 suspected kidnappers and recovered 12 cows in Kogi State. This was contained in a press statement issued by the Police Public Relations Officer, Kogi State Police Command DSP William Aya, which was made available to newsmen. The statement read as follows: on the 4th of January 2022, based on intelligence tip-off on criminal hideouts along Auchi-Okene Road. Consequently, the Divisional Police Officer, Okene Division, Mohammed Nasser Isa, promptly swung into action, mobilized his team, and moved to the scene, and arrested 3 suspects, namely Mohammed Shehu, Idris Suleiman, and Abubakar Ibrahim. When the suspects cited the security forces, abandoned the cows and ran away. Efforts is on to trail suspects with a view to apprehend them to face justice. Bandits have kidnapped 2 Chinese workers at the Zungeru hydropower dam project in Niger State, where they killed 2 security guards. Secretary to the Niger State government, Ahmed Matani, confirmed this to journalists in Mina, also confirming the attack. The Niger State Police Command's Public Relations Officer, DSP Wasiu Abiodun, said the Chinese expatriate and the local staff were shot while some Chinese expatriates were missing after the security engaged the bandits in a gun duel. Abiodun added that in the process of scampering for safety during the gun duel, 3 among the expatriates could not be accounted for presently. The police spokesman said the Joint Police and Military Tactical Team at Zungeru were already on an aggressive manhunt of the hoodlums and to rescue the missing and abducted expatriates. And on foreign news, North Korea has fired a suspected ballistic missile into the sea off its east coast in its first such launch since October. The missile landed in water between the Korean peninsula and Japan, bringing condemnation from Seoul and Tokyo. The UN prohibits North Korea from ballistic and nuclear weapons tests. Leader Kim Jong-un has vowed to bolster the North's defenses. It tested a variety of missiles last year amid stout talk with the South and US. The latest launch, the first since a New Year's speech in which Mr. Kim set out policy priorities for 2022, was first reported by the Japanese Coast Guard early on Wednesday, before being confirmed by defense authorities in Seoul. South Korea and US intelligence are closely analyzing for further details. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement. Japan's Defense Minister Nobuo Kishi said the suspected ballistic missile had flown about 500 kilometers, 310 miles. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has appointed HAITHAM AL-GHAIS as the organization's Secretary General. OPEC made the appointment on Monday via virtual special meeting chaired by President Jean-Richard Itua. Congo's Minister of Hydrocarbons and head of its delegation, AL-GHAIS, a veteran of the Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, will take over from Mohamed Bakindo, a former group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. In a statement on its website, OPEC stated that Al-GHAIS' appointment was in accord with Article 28 of the OPEC Statute and in the application of the procedure decided at 182nd meeting of the conference on December 1st, 2021. This appointment will become effective August 1st for a period of 3 years. Al-GHAIS is a veteran of the Kuwait Petroleum Corporation and Kuwait's OPEC governor from 2017 to June 2021. Currently serves as Deputy Managing Director for International Marketing at KPC. He chaired the Joint Technical Committee of the Declaration of Cooperation in 2017 and subsequently served as a member of JTC until 2021, it said. A 4-year-old girl who has reportedly been identified as the grandniece of George Floyd was shot while sleeping in her bed during the early hours of New Year's Day. According to ABC 13, the bullet was fired by an unidentified suspect or suspects who shot into her family's Texas house. The girl, identified as Ariana, was shot in the torso and is in stable condition after an emergency surgery, police said. The bullet punctured her lung and liver and also broke 3 ribs, ABC 13 Houston reported. At the time of the shooting, which occurred around 3 a.m., 4 adults and 2 children were inside the home on Yellowstone Boulevard in South Houston. Ariana's father said, "My daughter jumped up and said, 'Daddy,' and been hit." According to ABC affiliate KTRK TV, Ariana's father, Derek Dillon, said that authorities did not show up to the residence until 7 a.m., 4 hours after the shooting occurred. Fox affiliate KRIV reports that Floyd's sister, Latoya, said that EMTs took so long to arrive at the residence that Ariana's father had to drive her to the hospital. Police Chief Troy Fenner, who confirmed that there was a delayed response, said he is aware and have concerns regarding the delayed response. He is aware and have concerns regarding the delayed response time in this incident and have initiated an internal affairs investigation. He asked the city to continue to pray for the child's full recovery and assist in providing information that will lead to the arrest of the suspect or suspects responsible. Jonah Malik is standing by for our sport updates. Over to you, Jonah.
Hello, welcome to Sports Update. World number 1 tennis player Novak Djokovic has had his visa to enter Australia dramatically revoked on his arrival to Melbourne, amid a huge backlash over a vaccine exemption. Djokovic was held in the airport for several hours before borders officials announced he had not met entry rules. He was taken to a government detention hotel. A court will decide on his deportation on Monday. The rules around an exemption, he said, he had to play in the Australian Open. Tournament organizers said the Serbian player, who has said he is opposed to vaccination, has been granted medical exemption by 2 independent medical panels organized by Tennis Australia and Victoria Estate, and denied he had been given special treatment. The decision infuriated many in a country that has seen a surge in COVID-19 cases and where over 90% of those over 16 are fully vaccinated. People have also had to endure some of the world's strictest restrictions and still cannot travel between states or internationally. On Wednesday, border officials said the 34-year-old had failed to provide appropriate evidence for entry after arriving from Dubai. He is now being held at a hotel in Melbourne's suburb of Carlton, which is used for immigration detention. Non-citizens who do not hold a valid visa on entry or who have had their visa cancelled will be detained and removed from Australia, the Australian Border Force, ABF, said in a statement. Djokovic's team challenged ABF's decision, and a hearing from the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia has been scheduled for Monday. Former England Youth International Ashley Plumtree gotten approval from FIFA to switch her alliance to Nigeria. Plumtree, 23, who plays for Women's Super League side Leicester City, is eligible to represent the African champions because of her father's Nigerian heritage. After joining training camp in Austria and Abuja, she has now been cleared by FIFA and is eligible for Nigeria's 2022 Women's African Cup of Nations playoff against Ivory Coast in February. It was only possible because of her commitment and dedication. She made the federation's work a lot easier by providing all the requirements in quick time. Plumtree, who had a British mother, has been capped 30 times by England at youth level but qualified for Nigeria through a grandparents rule. The centre-back needed to prove her eligibility and dedicated 3 months of acquiring all the required documents, a Nigerian passport and her grandfather's document, and then officially requesting clearance from the 4 home nations, England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales, as well from Nigeria Internal Affairs. Plumtree joined a growing list of foreign-born players like Michelle Alozie, Patricia George and Nicole Anthony Perrin, who all opted to represent the 9-time African champions. She has played 25 games this season for Leicester's women's side, which she first joined as an 8-year-old child. Antonio Conte's return to Stamford Bridge witnessed a defeat as his former club Chelsea beat Tottenham Hotspur by 2-0 in the EFL Carabao Cup first leg semi-final. In other semi-final between Arsenal and Liverpool had been postponed due to COVID-19 cases. And that's sports update on Mlc TV. I am Malik Jonah.
Thanks for the updates on sport. Let's go over to Matthias Peters for entertainment news.
On entertainment news today, Nollywood veteran actress Iyabo-Okoh, who was declared dead by her daughter, has reportedly come back to life. The movie veteran had been confirmed dead on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022 by her daughter. Following the announcement of her death, the movie star, who had been bedridden for a long time, was mourned by several of her colleagues and fans on social media. A few hours later, the movie star's daughter returned to social media, claiming that her mother is alive. The movie veteran's daughter said her mother moved her hands 3 hours after she was confirmed dead. Odukomi Kudirat, popularly known as Iyabo-Okoh, is a Yoruba Nollywood veteran. She started her acting career in 1973 under the platform of Eda Oniliola theatre troupe. She gained prominence in the movie Oko, which was produced by Oga Bello. She earned the nickname Iyabo-Okoh from the movie. Still on entertainment news, Nigeria music star Dr. Mighty has been hospitalized after surviving a car accident. The singer took to his Instagram page on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, where he shared photos of his badly bruised body in the hospital. He captioned the photo with what happened that led to the car crash. God bless you all for your prayers. 2nd January, on our way to Uyo, our vehicle drove straight into the river after a trailer on a high-speed field break, and was the last thing I can remember, he wrote. Next to see myself in the hospital, God made, no be man made. To our rescuers, Ikwa Ibom Ogoni youths, Godseko and Ore and more have been discharged and sound. The music star joined the unfortunate list of celebrities who have been involved in serious car accidents over the last year. From rapper Raw and most recently comedian Clean the Drunk, these celebs have had close shaves to date. And that is all our entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Peters, reporting for Mlc TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias, for the updates. That is today's news package. Do join us tomorrow via the same platform. For your event coverage for news, sponsorship, and advert placement, call the numbers displayed on your screen or visit any of our social media handles to drop your comments for us. Like our Facebook page, Mlc TV, Instagram, Mlc TV 2021. Subscribe to our YouTube, Mlc TV. I am Fatima Yakub. Thanks for staying with us.